Young and handsome Bruce Wayne, the most eligible bachelor in the city of Gotham, returns home to Gotham City after training abroad in martial arts, manhunting, and science for the past 12 years, and the media surrounds him. And at the same time, Lieutenant James Gordon moves to Gotham with his pregnant wife, Barbara, after a transfer from Chicago. The lieutenant arrives at Gotham by train, and he is greeted at the station by a fellow officer from the department. Seems like it's the same harassment on people by the police, just like everywhere else. The lieutenant meets with the commissioner of police to the city of Gotham and has a pleasant chat regarding his work, but it seems like the boss is full-on corrupt. Bruce Wayne arrives at Wayne Manor in his limousine, and the old loyal butler, Alfred Pennyworth, is there to welcome him. Gordon rides with his partner, Detective Flass, and soon they come across a group of young boys hanging around the street corner. Flass gets out and starts pounding the only black kid in the group without any reason. Gordon controls himself from getting involved and observes his partner carefully because knowledge is the most powerful weapon of all. Bruce Wayne goes to visit his parents' graves and still laments the loss, even after 12 long years. But to him, the wound is still fresh. Back to the streets, and it's a high-speed chase by Detective Flass going after another car. He is skeptical about Lieutenant Gordon and questions whether the squad can count on him as he gets out with the gun in hand. Gordon has a lot of questions, but goes to bed alongside his pregnant wife, silently as he can. Detective Flass goes to the commissioner and blasts him regarding the new lieutenant as he has been hampering their operations. The commissioner orders a hit on the new lieutenant, and a group of men covering their faces with ski masks surrounds Gordon at the parking lot. At first, seems like Gordon actually can handle the men, but a blow to the head from behind takes him down, and the thugs pounds on him continuously until he is all bruised up and bloodied. On a surveillance mission in the seedy East End, a disguised Bruce Wayne is trying to roam the streets and observe the proceedings. While roaming the streets, he is propositioned by teenaged prostitute Holly Robinson. Soon after, the disguised Bruce Wayne gets into a brawl with her pimp who approached him. Watching all this unveiling on the streets is Selina Kyle, the dominatrix watching from the top floor balcony. Everyone on the street gathers around the two and the fight starts quickly. Bruce kicks the pimp away easily, even the teen girl Holly, who managed to shiv down a knife in his leg, but Selina jumps down from the balcony, and the real fight begins. Both of them trained very well in martial arts and goes head-to-head with the fight. Then arrives the patrolling police officers, and one of the two reporting police officers shoot him without provocation and take him in their squad car, but a dazed and bleeding Bruce maneuvers his handcuffed hands in front of himself and demands the police get out. The cops try to subdue him, but the ensuing struggle causes the police car to go out of control and flips. Bruce flees, but not before dragging the police to a safe distance. Bruce gets into his car and barely manages to avoid an accident on the way back. And in the other car, Lieutenant Gordon is off for some tasty revenge. He gets to know the location of the police gang and reaches the place. Gordon waits in his car until Detective Flass comes out of the house and gives chase to him secretly. While chasing him down the road, Gordon brushes his car off the road, and the car goes off the track and hits a tree. Detective Flass is unconscious, and as he wakes up and steps out of the vehicle, the lieutenant confronts him with a gun in one hand and the baseball bat in the other. Surprisingly, he throws the bat onto Flass, and unarmed, Gordon beats the hell out of Flass. Gordon beats him, strips him naked and ties him, finally leaves him on the snow, all humiliated. Bruce Wayne reaches Wayne Manor barely alive, all bloodied and bruised, and sits before his father's bust, requesting guidance in his war on crime. Suddenly, the big glass windows crashes and flies in a bat who lands on his father's statue and shrieks at him. The message is received, Mr. Wayne, loud and clear. Lieutenant Gordon is driving home after a long day at work, and suddenly the radio pops up with the news of a hostage situation downtown. Gordon turns the wheels to the sidewalk and pushes the pedal to the metal. The lieutenant rushes off to the building site just in time to stop the special task force making another mess of things. Gordon intelligently approaches the armed man on the upper floor and, without making a huge drama of it, takes him down easily and rescues 4 young children. He becomes an instant hero overnight in Gotham, and the commissioner is standing down for the time being because of his reputation. Meanwhile, the Gordon couple is nearing their due date for the birth of their baby, and the lieutenant is getting more and more skeptical about life. As Gordon becomes a minor celebrity for several brave acts, Batman strikes for the first time, attacking a group of thieves. Taking down the 3 teenage criminals, he is disgusted with the amateurs trying to commit crime. Lieutenant Gordon calls a special meeting in the detective department and introduces the new transfer to their unit. Detective Sarah Essen, the first female detective, and the others go nuts on her. He continues to explain the recent attacks by Batman on various criminals throughout the city, and even gets Detective Flash to tell the story where he got embarrassingly beaten up by Batman. On the true side of things, the detective was actually getting a bribe from cocaine dealers, and Batman kicked his ass, and even his colleagues are making fun of him now. A high-end dinner party attended by many of Gotham's corrupt politicians and crime bosses, including Carmine the Roman Falcone, is taking place at a mansion. Batman is there and secretly takes down all the guards and drivers. While the dinner discussion evolves around Batman, suddenly, a smoke bomb crashes through the glass. The lights go off, and with a huge blast on the wall, Batman appears. He threatens the elite group of Gotham for one last time. The commissioner orders Gordon to catch him by any means necessary. Lieutenant Gordon tries to lure Batman out of his shadows and catch him on the act by setting up his female detective and another cop in the streets. But Batman knows better. At Falcone's mansion, the assistant is going through his cars in the garage and suddenly notices one of the cars missing. They run to Falcone's room and find the boss stripped naked and tied up by Batman. Meanwhile, Gordon pays a visit to the assistant district attorney Harvey Dent and questions him about his in and outs during certain days. Seems like Gordon's suspicion is valid. As soon as he leaves, Batman enters to Harvey's office from the window, and assistant district attorney Harvey Dent has become Batman's first ally. Detective Sarah Essen and Gordon are ruling out the district attorney as the Batman, but Sarah comes up with the most brilliant idea. Gotham's most powerful and richest bachelor, Bruce Wayne. But just then, Gordon tries to save a driver who has fallen asleep behind the wheel, and the truck almost crashes into an old woman who is saved from a certain death by Batman. Unfortunately, Detective Essen holds Batman at gunpoint, but Batman disarms her and flees to an abandoned building, but in the process, he gets shot in the leg by the chasing officers of the Gotham Police Department. Although Gordon orders the officers not to shoot Batman, the commissioner has ordered a hit on Batman, sending in choppers to have a bomb dropped on it, forcing Batman into the fortified basement. A trigger-happy SWAT team led by Brandon is sent in, and they are more than happy to kill Batman at any means necessary. It's officially out of Gordon's hands now. Batman is trying to evade the falling wooden piles in the building, and he has to let go of the utility belt as it catches fire. Brandon's team goes through the floors looking for Batman, and they intend to kill him without hesitation. They see the door to the underground service area and head down after shooting the door. Batman is one step ahead as he knocks down the 2 guards and traps Brandon and his men underground. Batman then heads up to attack the other squad members, but has to take guard behind a pole when he gets discovered. Brandon and his squad soon escape, and Batman dodges as the rest open fire, barely managing to survive 2 bullet wounds. Batman goes on the attack and kicks Brandon out of the building, crashing through the brick wall. Enraged as the team's careless gunfire injures several people outside, Batman beats the team into submission and, after using a device to attract the bats of his cave, he escapes on his motorcycle amid the chaos caused by the swarm of bats. People run everywhere, but the commissioner chases in his chopper along with another couple of police cars. But soon enough, the bats catch up to the chopper and the cars, and they lose their target. Police cars end up in the river, and Batman escapes once again. Sarah checks on Bruce Wayne's whereabouts and discovers his situation. Gordon and Sarah goes out for coffee. Sarah asks why Gordon came to Gotham after everything he has been through, and his answer makes her feel sorry for him. They try to get away from the rain, and in the midst of the moment, they share a passionate kiss. "Come on, Gordon. What the hell are you doing, man?" Gordon goes home and sits on the bed thinking about what he is doing with Sarah.
What the hell am I doing?
And on the other hand, with Batman. They talk the next morning, Detective Sarah and Gordon, and Sarah is going to request a transfer to another branch. Meanwhile, Selina Kyle, after witnessing Batman in action, dons a costume of her own to begin the life as costume thief Catwoman, much to the dismay of her friend Holly. Gordon cannot get a drug dealer to spit out inside information, but soon after he gets home on bail, Batman gets him to talk, and the dealer comes to Gordon to testify against Detective Flass, who is brought up on charges. After blasting Gordon, the commissioner blackmails Gordon against pressing charges with proof of his affair. Returning from the hospital after her weekly checkup, the lieutenant has to immediately visit Bruce Wayne for his meeting and brings his wife as well. After the interview, Gordon cannot stand his secrets and tells Barbara all about the affair he had with Sarah. Even Bruce is observing Gordon's car on the driveway. Gordon goes ahead with the case against Detective Flass, and the Mafia is able to poison the drug dealer before the trial. But Gordon gets him to appear at the courts and even intimidates his superior, the commissioner. Selena is robbing houses and this time, funnily enough, robs the commissioner's house, but it's all in vain as she finds absolutely nothing. On the other hand, her attempts are put under Batman's work, and she cannot stand that injustice. Batman sneaks into Falcone's manor, overhearing a plan against Gordon, but is interrupted when Catwoman, hoping to build a reputation after her robberies were pinned on Batman, attacks Falcone and his bodyguards, aided by Batman. Identifying Falcone's plan as the morning comes, the uncostumed Bruce Wayne leaves to help. Gordon tries to rebuild the relationship with his family after Essen leaves Gotham. In the night, while trying to feed his newborn baby, Gordon gets called into office, and while leaving home, Gordon spots a motorcyclist enter his garage. Suspecting this, Gordon turns back to enter his parking lot and spots Johnny Vitti, Falcone's nephew, and his thugs holding his family hostage. Despite the fact Johnny states that they will call with demands later, Gordon realizes if they let them go, they will most likely kill his wife and son. So Gordon shoots the thugs and chases Vitti, who has fled with the baby. Bruce Wayne, on a motorcycle, also rushes to chase Vitti. Gordon blows out Vitti's car tire on a bridge, and the two fight with Gordon losing his glasses before Vitti and James Gordon Jr. fall over the side. Bruce leaps over the railing and saves the baby. Gordon realizes that he is standing before an unmasked Batman, but says that he is practically blind without glasses, and lets Bruce go with a heart full of gratitude. It turns out that Flass had more evidence than they could keep track of. If there's one good thing Flass ever did, it's put Commissioner Loeb behind bars. Now, Gordon has been promoted to captain. According to Gordon, he's got a friend coming over to help. Gordon is standing on a rooftop in the final moments and implies that his friend is none other than our very own Dark Knight, the Batman. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.